Hi YouTube, this is Felicia with Bible Scraps and welcome to another Tuesday morning crafts video. In this video I will be reviewing several items that you could find at your local Tuesday morning store. The first item, it's the envelope punch board, the mini edition, which is $6.99. And I picked up this next punch board. I didn't even know this one existed. It's the tag punch board. This is $7.49. And I will be revisiting a item, and it is the Marker Airbrush. So we're first going to start off with the We Are Memory Keepers Marker Airbrush, which I stated in my other video that I was going to return this because I purchased this unit to use with my Copic markers and my alcohol markers, and I just couldn't get the marker to fit through the barrel. And a couple of you guys left comments to unscrew the screw, which in my other video I did that and it still didn't fit. Well, you have to completely take the screw off and remove the barrel. Yeah, that was the missing piece. Thank you, viewer. I can't recall your name right now, but I will have your name flashing across the screen. You guys, I am such a dodo. Charge it to my head, not my heart, as my pastor states. Okay, because I went to look for the name of the viewer that left the comment to remove the barrel, and then I'm realizing Baby Girl 1965, you and we were going back and forth. I totally did not read the part where you also stated to remove the barrel. I responded to her and stated it don't work. I am so sorry. You are so right. Along with you, Vicky OHL. But baby girl, thank you for being so patient with me, and I do apologize. You were right. For some reason, I just didn't read your comment entirely. Thank you both. Because I really did want to use this item. Uh-oh. Okay. It's a snug fit, but it will fit. I really did want to use this. Now, because it's a snug fit, I am not going to put the screw back on. But you don't want to use that. You don't want to lose the screw. So make sure you put it where you won't lose it. Okay, now let's test this out. I have the end or the brush right over the actual hole. And let's provide some air. Oh, there it is, you guys. Okay, it works. Thank you so much, viewer. Look at that. This is why I purchased this, because I wanted to use my alcohol markers. So you could use this with stencils. It provides a airbrush. Look at that. Oh my goodness. Yet another way to use your alcohol markers. So let's take a look at the mini envelope punch board. You can create envelopes for cards as small as 1 by 1 inch all the way to 4 by 4 inches. The smallest piece of paper you can use is a 2 by 2, and the largest piece of paper you can use is 6 1/4 by 6 1/4. Up here you have a ruler that extends to 3 1/4 of an inch. And take a look at the mini score tool. Isn't that so super cute? All right, and then you have a color instructional guide. You have your measurements on this side. Now, do note that the measurements are in centimeters, not inches. And on the reverse side, you have your steps to create an envelope. We're going to first make the smallest envelope that can be made, which is, well, it will fit a 1 by 1 inch card. And we will follow the steps here. Step number 1 states select card size. I've done that already. Step number 2, trim paper to correct paper size. I've done that. I need a 2 by 2 inch piece of paper. And you do want to make sure you have the right measurements, because if you don't, it will not fold with the correct alignment. Step number 3 states, aligned left edge to score line measurements. These are your score line measurements on top. They're in gold. And it states I need to score to 1. So I will position my paper to 1. And step number 4 states to punch. Step number 5 states to score using my mini tool. And step number 6 states to rotate 90 degrees. And when you rotate, you always want to rotate with the same number, which in this case, it's number 1. So you repeat those steps for each side. Really simple to do this. Make sure your alignments, once again, are at the same number, number 1. And when you're finished, well, it should look like this when it's done. You should have a notch on all sides, and you should be able to see your score line on all sides. And the next step, it's simply to fold. And you can see this envelope come to life. You could use a ruler, or you could do like I'm doing, and I'm using the mini score tool. And you would add your adhesive. Now this is die cuts with the view cardstock, so it has some weight to it. But let's see, let's do it this way. You would add your adhesive and take a look at the mini envelope, which will fit a 1 by 1 inch card. Now, the directions does state final envelopes will have an approximate 1/16 inch margin on all sides. So if it looks kind of off, that's why. Okay, so let's do the largest envelope we could make. So we will need, let's see, a 6 1/4 by 6 1/4 inch piece of paper, following the same steps, and excuse my little hole right there. But it states to score at 3, is that 3 1/8? 3 1/8. Let's make this largest envelope. But you know what? My mind is still stuck on, Felicia, you read that comment several times, and I still didn't get it, you guys. Okay, so I realize for the 1,000th time, I am not perfect. I'm sorry again, baby girl, and I know I probably didn't say your name right. But here I am scoring, and you will see that I forgot to punch. But the great thing is, you can easily go back and rectify any mistakes that you make. And when you do punch, you want to make sure you punch on a comfortable part of the palm of your hand, because if you create a lot of these envelopes, you might experience soreness. So make sure you have all your notches, and you should be able to see a square, score lines on each side that produces a square, and you simply fold it. You might need, well, you will need to use a scoring tool if you're using heavier cardstock, and you see there we have an envelope that will fit 4 by 4 inch cards. Okay, so this is the tag punch board, and the directions are on the packaging. It states that tags can easily be made from 1 inches to 3.5 inches in width. It doesn't state anything about the length of the tag. You have this lever that lifts up, and I'm not sure if you could see, but you have different score lines, and they are labeled from A to L. And then, well, this button here is your hole punch mechanism. And then you have a ruler, like a diagonal ruler, that goes up to 3 inches on both sides. And it states here small tag, large tag. And it also states small tag, large tag on the. Following the instructions, it says lift the hinged cutting track and place the paper underneath. This is the cutting track. And you place your paper, I'm assuming all the way up to this part here. and it states insert the blade into the cutting track and cut. This is the blade here, and you can see the blade, and this right here, this groove is the cutting track. We'll put that, whoops. Sorry about that. That's my alarm letting me know I have 10 minutes before I need to bid on a product. We'll put the blade inside the track, and it says to cut. So you do like that. Now I felt some resistance there. Step 3 states, flip the paper and repeat steps 1 and 2, aligning to the same angle line. Okay, so it says to flip it over. I don't know what. Okay, so this is where you have to pay attention to where you started off. Remember, there's letters here. So I know this one will not come out correctly because I didn't pay attention to the letters here, which represent score lines. Okay, so that's not what we want, right? Okay, let's do it again and do it correctly this time, Felicia. So I have my strip of paper positioned to J, and that's what you want to remember to create your tags. And I don't like how that's cutting. There's some resistance. Okay, but I do have my angle there. Flip it over and keep it at J. I need to make sure I am using this. Maybe I should start here. A little better, a little better. Okay, so you see the formation of a tag. And the final step would be is to punch your hole. Now it's starting to make more sense now, and I think it might be easier if you start off with a tag width and hole numbers, because you would want to position your tag. Remember, there's a ruler on both sides. If you want to have a circle right in the center, you would need to position it and have the corresponding numbers. Like here's 2 on the right and 2 on the left. You want to have the same distance on both sides. And you see my little hole. Now that looks off a little bit, but you know what? I'm not anal when it comes to being precise, but I did cut down this paper to a 3-inch width. And let's do this again. Yay! I won my bid! Okay, so this is a 3-inch width tag, and I'm not sure if you can tell, but there's a 3 here and a 3 on the right side. I'm doing my best to position this in between both 3s. Oh, okay. So I got a perfect, well, my circle is right in the middle of the top part. But you know what? If you can't be so precise, go ahead and use your hole punch. So this is a cool tool to have because you can create tags really easy and cheaply up to 3.5 inches width. And it is better, in my opinion, when you cut from left to right versus going right to left. So you can find these items at your local Tuesday morning. And I want to thank you all, not just for watching, but those of you who take the time and leave comments, even when I don't get it. Thank you so very much. As always, blessings.